In today's video, we're going to show the brand new Veralux HyperMetric Stretch script. And everybody's pretty much been talking about this. So let's get right to it. The first things to do when you open up Siril is we need to get the script. So up at the top, once Siril is open, you're going to go to Scripts, Get Script. And when that window opens up, it should already defaulted to your scripts. You have two choices of what you can do. You can type it in here to search for it, or you can just basically scroll down until you get to processing, and then you can see there is the Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. Over to the right, you're going to tick this box, and that is going to be our selection, and then you're just going to hit apply. That is then going to download that and load it in your script so you can see it right here. Okay. Once that has been completed, now you would do your normal workflow. All right, so what we're going to do here, now we're going to go to Open, grab our image, take it from a linear state to an auto stretch, and then from here, you're going to just do your basic workflow that you always done. So we're going to crop this, and we're going to hit crop. There we go there. And once we crop it, now you're going to do your background extraction just like you would normally. And again, those are done now by scripts, or you can use, Siril's background extraction as well. Either or is going to get you the same type of result depending on preference. I like to use Gratzbert's background extraction. Leave the defaults as is for me. I'm going to hit apply. Once apply is done, you can see here, let's move this to the right a little bit. We did our even everything out. We're going to close. Now that you did that, in order to plate solve to do our color correction, we're going to go to Tools, Astrophotography, Image Plate Solving. Let's move that over to the right. And then we're going to plate solve our image. I have a Player 1C Poseidon camera, and here's all my settings for that. One note, you can see here the star catalog. I downloaded the star catalog and put those in. So this way I don't have to worry about the online stuff and it being down, because right now it is down for maintenance. And I don't have to worry about that. And I am going to be doing a video on how to download these as well. But for right now, mine is at the local catalog. Yours may say online. We're just going to click OK. Let's get a plate solve here. Once it plate solves, now we can go do our color correction. So here we're going to go to image processing, color calibration, spectrophotometric color calibration. And in this, in order to do Veralux, it requires this. It's just recommended. So here, I already have my sensor. Again, you can pick from your sensor. I have narrow band. This was an extreme. Here's all my settings for that. Whether you want to do the fits for the plot and all that. Again, mine is a local catalog because I downloaded this. Some may have an online. It might say online. Again, your preference. But the recommended is definitely downloading it. And then we're going to click OK. And so then what that's going to do is color correct our image. Once this is completed, we're going to go to linear, back to linear state. And instead of going through stretches and do your at sign or curves or histogram, we're going to go to scripts, Python scripts, processing, and there's your Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. Now that we have the Veralux HyperMetric Stretch version 1.2.0, so they already came up with an update. So here's your panel, and what we'll do is let's talk about what steps are here. You got the processing mode. The ready to use is pretty much the one that you want as your default. There is a scientific method here that if you click on it, you can see that on the stuff that it does. It does not include like a curve and stuff like that. So that is to do more manual type stretching. But we want it to do everything. So that's why we're going to use the ready to use. To the right is your sensor for your camera. So it has the correct calibration for your sensor. It's defaulted to the recommended. This is if your camera is not within the list, you would just use the recommended. But for us, and for mine, I have a Player C Poseidon. I'm going to use the IMX571, which is equivalent to my sensor. Then the next one is going to be our stretch factors here. You're targeting background 2.0. You can see, you can click it up, click it down. And at this point in time, like anything that you see here, if for any reason you don't know what it is, you can always click on it. It gives you a little smart window. And what this is going to be is the statistical stretch style. Like, what do you want? If you take it down lower, it's going to be more contrast. And you take it up, it'll brighten it up more. Over to the right, we have our auto calc, which automatically does your background with the log D and intensity. So if we clicked on that, you can see there it controls the strength of the stretch. So all you had to do here is just hit auto calc. And you can see here that it auto calculates what your stretch factor is. And then a new thing that they just came out is this thing called live preview. If we click on the live preview window, you can see here, let's move that over, let's move this. You can see there's my Siril panel. Here's my preview. This is just letting us know what we're doing before you actually hit the process button. So that's a nice little new feature. And the other cool thing about this is that if you toggle down on these for, like, say, the background, you can see that it's moving it. So as I'm moving it, you can see it's also giving you a nice preview of what that is. It's not changing your log D calculation because we haven't clicked on that. It's just giving you a representation of what that looks like. So for our case, let's go back to 0.20, enter. You can see that it brought that back up. But if you were to put it down more, let's just put it to like a 12. You can see how it's darkening up the background here. If I did like this and that's what I wanted to do, all you have to do is hit recalc, and you can see that my log D now changed. And this may have changed just a slight little bit. So it just depends on how you want to do that between your targeting background, your log D, and the auto calc. The live preview is pretty sweet because now, let's just say, for example, this is what I wanted. You could hit process, and then Siril will then process it in the background window. The other two things here is your white points and stuff like that for your star. Definitely, again, leave it to the recommended. And now we have a new chromatic preservation coloring. This right here, this scale, even though they recommend you leave it at 1.0. But let's just say, for instance, we're going to go here and do 0.20. And then we're going to recalculate that. And now it's going to re-intensify all my stuff. So see how this almost looks like it's saturated, but it's not. It's just bringing out the color. It's bringing out your data more. If I didn't like this and I wanted, let's tame this a little bit, that's what this chromatic preservation toggle does. If I was to take it down, you can see that it lightened it up a little bit without making it look like it's saturated. So that's just a new feature that you can do. And I do know from watching other ones they do recommend you leaving it at 1, because basically what you're doing here is, as you're moving this and changing it, you're defeating the purpose of this whole auto stretch, right? Bringing out all the colors, doing all the everything for you automatic. But we're going to leave it at 1. And like I said, if you wanted to, you can toggle that down. It just depends on your preference. We're going to hit process. And now when I process, I do have my live preview window open. If I look here and move it, now it puts it to the actual screen of Siril. So there you go, live preview and that. And then it's cool too on this live preview. I can hit the plus sign. I can zoom in if I wanted to. So it's definitely a cool feature. I like that. I really do. So if you're happy, you just basically close that out, and then you can close this window out, and there you have it. This is now completed and done, and you have your final version. And then once again, even though you have your final version from doing the Veralux, you can also go over here, do continued stretches just to modify it a little bit more if you wanted to. Again, that's your preference. But other than that, you would just go over here to the top right, just like we would normally. And then you can change your output, and you can take it out to social media. You can take it to a TIFF file, go to Photoshop, add some more stuff to it if you wanted to. But pretty much that is the Veralux HyperMetric Stretch script and tool. So again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Buy me a coffee. I have buy me a coffee as well. Share, like, discussions. If you have anything else that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments. Other than that, everybody have a great day, clear skies, and I will see you on the next video.